But again, I think some of this uncertainty in the short term is creating... All right, welcome to Talkin' Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, I want to do my daily Bitcoin and Bitcoin miner update. We've got an awful lot of activity again today, so I want to take a look at the big board, take a look at the Bitcoin chart, and then we're going to look at a few Bitcoin miners in specific. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, and please smash the like button. Also, leave us a comment below if you have a miner that we aren't covering and you're interested in us spending some more time on. For more in-depth conversation with us, you can check the pinned comment, and there is a link to our free Discord. We have over 400 people in there, and we're starting to have a really great conversation. We look forward to you joining us over in the Discord. Okay, so Bitcoin is down slightly on the day today, but I want to go to the Bitcoin miner big board first and take a look at what's going on. So you'll see this is an extremely red board, straight across the line, except for Wolf, which is up 7.25%. Everything is red, and it's pretty deeply red. A lot of 7%, 8%, 10%. Bitfarms and Hut 8 are both down 10%. CORZ, which is Core Scientific, is down 16.5% today. So I'm not going to go through them line by line. And again, there's 1 hour left in the trading day. So the trading day is not over. So these are not the final numbers. We started out a little bit in the green this morning, but it quickly deteriorated, and it's been a very red day. So let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart and see what's happening. Okay, so this yellow line right here represents the close of the markets yesterday. So this is where Bitcoin was when the markets closed yesterday, somewhere roughly around $37,000. So you can see overnight we got all the way down to about $35,500. This candle right here was the candle at the opening bell of the stock market today, and this hit a high of $37,240. So that has turned out to be, so far, our high on the day. And you can see it's been red candles mostly ever since, and it's been a downward trend. So we're now down around 36,250. But I just want to put this in perspective. This candle was last night at 10:30, so we were below that at 10:30 yesterday. And if I go back here, this candle was the day before, and we were below that the day before. So although we're down off of our open on the day, which has been our high on the day, we've gone really nowhere but sideways over the last few days. We're right at a point where we were yesterday and the day before. And if I broaden this out a little, you'll see the day before that, we were way down here. So right now, a lot of the miners are at a very similar price to what they were when Bitcoin was down at $33,000. So to me, today's reaction is a massive, massive overreaction. I think we're all getting used to that. So I did do a little buying today, but I am being very cautious, dollar cost averaging into both stocks and options. I do think there's a lot of volatility left ahead in the short term. But if I just make that little box right there, you'll see that's basically the last 3 days. We got above that for a few minutes yesterday, but that range is about 35,800 to about 37,500. So at the moment, we seem to be stuck in a pretty tight range, and you'll see, so I've added a purple line. This line goes back to 130 on the 24th, which was 3 days ago. Since that time, we tested this line the next day on the 25th. We ran up quite a bit and then straight back down, tested this again on the 26th, and now we're approaching it on the 27th, but we have not gotten down to it and tested it. So I don't know if our trading range is getting tighter and tighter here, and we're going to get to a point where it breaks one way or the other, but we definitely are stuck in a very small, tight range, and that has been a theme over the last several months. We've been inching down in a tight range, and then every once in a while gapping down. So I'm going to zoom out and show you what I mean by that. Okay, so these are the 4-hour candles. So this goes back to December 27th. On December 27th, we were trading at about $52,000. So you can see we had a quick gap down, then sideways, and then on January 5th, we had a gap down, and then basically sideways all the way until January 20th. This was over a 20% gap from top to bottom, from the 20th to the 22nd. So we'd like to break out of that pattern and start to head back up. You could make an argument that we've bottomed out here on the 24th, and we've been going up since then. In general, obviously this is a little bit of an outlier the last few hours. You know, you could also draw a line like this, and these are pretty short-term lines. This is from January 24th, which was a local bottom for sure. You'll see prior to that, we were up, and this was the bottom, and then we kind of rushed. This was a big-time V shape. So this was at least a local bottom, if not the bottom. And that's when we hit that $33,000. Actually, we got just under that. So in general, we've been trending upwards since then, but that's only really for the last 3 days. And it doesn't necessarily feel like an upward trend. It feels a little more like this sideways trend in, range bound in this tight area. All right, so I'm going to add a line because for some reason it disappeared. So I've put this line back. This is basically at about 33,000. This is where we bottomed out on the 24th. So you can see we've been stuck between this new bottom and this line, which was once support that seems to have turned into a little bit of resistance. We bumped into it here. We got above it here for a bit, but came right back down and then bumped into it again today. I would say between these two red lines is where we're stuck at the moment. It's anybody's best guess where we're going in the very short term. Over the last few months, trying to predict the next day or two has been a fool's errand. I'm trying to prepare for both directions. So I do think it's very likely that at some point in the next few weeks, we're going to retest this line at $33,000. Hoping that holds as a low. Beneath that, I have an orange line at $29,000. That goes all the way back to July. That was the July lows, and it was really the low on the year in 2021. So, we may not get back to that line, but we may very well get back and test 33,000. Having said that, we may test this line up here at 42,000 before we go back down here. So I guess what I'm saying is expect a lot of volatility. Expect movement in both directions. If you're dollar cost averaging in, then a day like today where everything has overreacted is probably really a good thing for you. Bitfarms down 10%, CORZ down 15%. These are buying opportunities for people that are buying and holding. If you are swing trading or day trading, this is getting awfully tough. So let's take a look at a few of the miners in specific. So this is the HUT 8 chart on the 4-hour timetable. So each one of these candles is 4 hours. HUT bottomed out on January 24th, right along when Bitcoin hit $33,000. It got down very near this line at $4.42. So we're up to $5.23. So we are not at our lows, but we are way below. This purple line was our September line of support that had held for months and months and months. So the first thing I want to measure is that, just to get back to that purple line of support that represents our September support, and that was very, very strong support. You can see it held over and over here until finally the downward pressure on Bitcoin moved all of these miners below that September line of support, and HUT 8 did the same thing as everything. So from where we're trading right now today, if we could just get back to January 5th, so that's this month, that would get us back up to our September line of support. And that would be a 47% increase in the price of HUT stock. To me, that's a pretty short-term goal, right? This was when Bitcoin was trading around $40,000. We're sitting in the 36,000 range. We hit 39 for a minute yesterday. So we're only one good day away from being back there. So I'm saying over the next, 2 to 4 weeks, I think there's a very legitimate chance of getting back to this point, and that's a 47% increase. Okay, the next date was December 3rd. So these are the dates that we've been going back to as I analyze things. That was the day of the flash crash for Bitcoin. So that was really the start of the acceleration of this downward trend that Bitcoin has been in since it reached its high on November 10th. At that point, Bitcoin was trading at around $57,000 or $58,000. If we go from where HUT is trading today to where it was trading just prior to the flash crash, that would be a 102% increase in the price of HUT. So that would be a double in the price of HUT. I think that's a very reasonable expectation sometime by the end of the first quarter. So you can see HUT has gone up to a lot higher places than that. It peaked up here over $16. I would expect sometime over the course of the year, Bitcoin to test its all-time highs. So that would be a 218% increase in the price of HUT stock if it were to do that. That's more of a 1-year target in my opinion, and it's an aggressive 1-year target. It's 218% up. But the thing is, we were just there 3 months ago. Bitcoin is a very volatile asset, so it was there. It's dropped a lot. It could easily run back to there, as we've seen from the volatility over the last few months. So, I'm not looking so much at this one right away, but I am looking at that 47% as a fairly short-term goal. So again, this is not financial advice. I'm showing you guys how I look at these charts, and please do your own due diligence before making any buying decisions. All right, this next chart looks a little funny because this is CORZ Scientific, stock ticker CORZ. These guys just went public on January 20th. Market's having a super hard time figuring out what to do with this company. One of the problems is that when a SPAC converts, the information is very sketchy. I will tell you, I spent hours and hours and hours researching. I read every single SEC document that these guys filed, and I cannot come up with the exact number of shares that they have. I know that Yahoo has listed an amount of shares, and a lot of other websites have followed and copied. I'm not sure that's the right number of shares. I'm not sure that market cap is correct. There were a lot of variables that they did not give us the answer to. So I'm not sure how somebody has determined those prices. And I think that this uncertainty around SPACs is why they tend to plummet in the first 2, 3, 4 weeks after converting. And CORZ Scientific seems to be doing the same thing. So I will tell you, whatever the numbers turn out to be, my view on CORZ Scientific is this. They are a monster. At any of the potential different valuations that I was able to come up with, they still seem like a bargain to me. They are down 17% on the day today. They're at $7.17 here near the end of the day, but not yet at the end of the day. They were trading at $10 and points above that when they were a SPAC. And I don't know what's precipitating this massive downward push today. I'm not sure people understand the numbers behind CORZ Scientific yet. They are, in fact, the biggest Bitcoin miner in North America of all the publicly traded companies. But again, I think some of this uncertainty in the short term is creating what could be a great buying opportunity. So again, you guys got to look into this. I looked into it for hours. I couldn't get myself comfortable with what their actual market cap is right now today. But again, even if it was as high as $4 billion, they're still very properly priced, if not underpriced. So, we're just 1 week right now into trading this stock since it converted. So we'll see where this one goes. Bitcoin is trading at about $36,100 right now. So that's still well within that range that we've been in. We got about 45 minutes left until the close, so you guys will know how the day closed. So far, it would appear to be an extremely red day. So that's all I got for you today. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.